The Super Eagles are officially one step closer to becoming African champions. This Saturday, Marrakech will become a battlefield as we take on the oldest rival, the Desert Foxes of Algeria. We have waited since 2019 for this moment, and in this video I'm breaking down exactly how we are going to snatch the Foxes, silence the critics, and march into the series. But before we dive into this gigantuan preview, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been following me for a while, you know the drills. Help your boy get to that 10k subscriber mark. Let's dive into it. Listen, if you want to know where the heart of African football is beating right now, look no further than the Grande Stade de Marrakech this Saturday, January 10th. We are not just looking at a quarterfinal, we are looking at a definitive competitive knocks of AFCON 2025. This is Nigeria versus Algeria. This is a match that stops the continent. But let's be real, this isn't about 22 men on the pitch. For us, it's a manifestation of historical grievances and a systematic administrative friction. For Nigeria, this match is a literal exclusivism. We are still hurted by that 2019 semi-final defeat in Cairo. We are still feeling the redirected frustration of failing to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. We are coming into Marrakech not just to win, but to reclaim our pride. On the other side, we have the Desert Foxes. For them, revenge looks different. They are trying to reclaim a dominance that has eluded them since 2019. After two consecutive humiliating group stage exits in 2021 and 2023, they are desperate for redemption, and they see us as the final hurdle to prove that the ant has beans. This is the litmus test of our continental ambition. We are entering this as the pundit favorites. And why wouldn't we be? We have the most overwhelming offense output in this tournament, with 12 goals in just 4 games. We have Osimhen in peak, terrifying scoring form. But we have to be careful. Algeria represents a specific antagonist that have historically troubled the Super Eagles. They are disciplined, defensively sound units under Vladimir Petkovic. They can absorb pressure for 89 minutes, then strike decisively in the final moment. We have seen this movie before, and we hated the ending. The revenge narrative is a double-edged sword for us. While it gives us the fire in the belly to avenge 2019, it also introduced a level of emotional velocity we saw in the round of 16. The Osimhen-Lookman role on the pitch. If we let that internal conflict or tactical indiscipline take over, we are playing into Algeria's hands. Algeria's redemption arc is built on structural consistency and tactical patience. They aren't going to outrun us, they are going to try to outthink us. If you want to understand why the atmosphere in Marrakech should be so tense right now, just look at the numbers. We aren't just looking at two big teams, we are looking at the two most statistically dominant side of AFCON 2025. Both us and Algeria, we are the only nation to navigate the group stage with a perfect 9 points from 3 games. It was a statement to the rest of the continent. The Giants are back. But the way we got here, it couldn't be more different. We are the unstoppable force and they are the immovable object. Under Eric Chelle, we have evolved into the most lethal attacking machine in African football. 11 goals in 4. Let that sink in. We haven't seen this kind of clinical fire in years. Our journey through Group C was a systematic demolition. We brushed aside Tanzania 2-1, we handled Uganda 3-1, then there was a 3-2 trailer against Tunisia. Now that Tunisia game was the perfect snapshot of who we are right now. High octane, terrifying offensive output, but tampered by those Super Eagles defensive lapses. We nearly surrendered a 3-goal lead in the final 15 minutes because we took our foot off the gas. It was a heart attack performance, but we got the job done. But then the round of 16 in first, that 4-0 thrashing of Mozambique was the most complete performance I've seen this team in decades. The synergy between Victor Osimhen and Lookman reached its absolute zenith. Lookman was everywhere, scoring 1 and assisting twice, while Osimhen was just a force of nature, bagging a brace. When these two are clicking like that, it's not just football, it's a vertical nightmare for any defender. But now let's talk about the Foxes. While we have been outscoring everyone, Algeria has been busy perfecting the act of shutout. Vladimir Petkovic has built a side predicated on defensive structural integrity and a cold clinical game management. They topped the Group C with a terrifying level of discipline. 3-0 against Sudan, 1-0 against Burkina Faso, and 3-1 against Equatorial Guinea. And get this, their defensive record is the best in the tournament. They have conceded only 1 goal in 390 minutes of football, and that was a 50th minute strike by Emilio Nosso during a match where Petkovic has literally rested his starters. When their main 11 is on the pitch, we are not scoring. If you want to know how mentally tough they are, look at their round of 16 clash against DR Congo. That was a grueling physical war, no goal in 90 minutes, no space, just discipline, suffocating, defending. But Petkovic's tactical depth is what saved them. In the 119th minute, just as everyone is preparing for penalties, on came Abdillah Borbino, a 22-year-old playing his club football in Qatar. He stepped up and scored the winner. It proves they don't need 90 minutes of dominance to beat you. They just need one moment of tactical patience. So here is the reality for Nigerians. We are bringing the best attack to face the best defense. We are bringing 12 goals to face a team that has only let one in. The question is, are we going to be the one to finally crack the Algerian code? Or are they going to absorb our pressure? Wait for that one defensive lapses we always seem to have and break our hearts in the dying minute again. The momentum is with us, but the structure is with them. Saturday is going to be a battle of wills. Now, if you think this is just another game, you haven't been paying attention to the scale of history. The rivalry between us and the Desert Foxes is one of the most balanced yet brutal stories in African football. We have met 20 times in official competition. We hold the marginal lead with 9 wins to their 7. But don't let those numbers fool you. There have been a massive qualitative shift in power over the last decade. And frankly, it's been hard to watch. Algeria has snatched victory in our last 3 encounters. They have established this psychological threshold, a wall that we haven't been able to breach since 2016. For Nigeria, every time we see the green and white kit of theirs, we don't see an opponent. We see a decade of frustration. And now let's talk about the primary catalyst of this revenge energy we are feeling right now. July 14, 2019, Cairo, the 95th minute. The match was level at 1-1 and we were all bracing ourselves for extra time. Then Riyad Mahrez stepped up. That free kick didn't just bypass our wall, it bypassed an entire generation of hope for our 4th title. It ended our tournament in the most agonizing way possible. Even though the squad has changed, new faces have stepped up, the institutional memory of that night is burned into the soul of NFF and our senior leaders. We haven't forgotten, and on Saturday, we plan to make sure they know it. To understand why Saturday is so heavy, you have to look at the timeline of this war we have been throwing blow over 50 years. In 1980, we dominated them 3-0 in the final to lift our first ever AFCON trophy. That was our arrival on the big stage. Then in 1990, they hit us back, beating us 1-0 on their own soil to claim their first title. 2010, we took the bronze medal from them, thanks to Obin and Sofo strike. 2016, that 3-1 win in World Cup qualifiers, the last time we felt truly superior to the Foxes. Then 2019, the Riyad Mahrez disaster, the moment the tide officially turned since then. It's been 3 straight losses for us. It's a pattern we have to break. But here is the twist that makes this quarterfinal unique. This isn't 2019 anymore. There is proxy revenge element at play. Listen, we all have been waiting for Democratic Republic of Congo, our recent competitive trauma. While being dropped out of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers by the Leopards, every Nigerian was salivating at the thought of a rematch in the quarterfinal to settle that score. We wanted them. We wanted to show them that the World Cup miss was a fluke. But then Algeria happened. In the 119th minute of the round of 16, while we were already preparing our tactical notes for DR Congo, Algeria's Adil Balbani scored that absolute rocket. They stole our opportunity to direct payback. They removed our preferred antagonist from the brackets. So all that retaliatory energy we saved up for DR Congo is now being pivotal towards Algeria. They didn't just beat our rivals, they took away our closure. And on Saturday, we are going to make them pay for that too. Now let's get into the tactical laboratory. The quarterfinals isn't just about players. It's a high-stake match between 2 completely different philosophies of football. We are seeing a battle between the total risk of Eric Chelle and the total control of Vladimir Petkovic. It is flamboyant chaos versus pragmatic discipline. And for us, it's going to be a nerve-wracking 90 minutes. Let's talk about Eric Chelle. This man has completely captured our heart because he understands exactly what we want. He famously said he would prefer to die with my philosophy than play boring football, defensive football. This is music to the ears of Nigerians. We want to see the super ego soar. And Eric Chelle has given us wings. He deployed the high-intensity 4-3-1-2 formation, designed for one thing: maximum destruction. It's built to unleash our 3-headed monster. Victor Osimhen, Lookman, and Adams. Lookman is the soul of this team. He's playing as a creative 10 or a revolving forward, finding those tiny pockets of space between the lines. He's the bridge that turns our defense into lightning fast transition. But let's be honest, this attacking commitment comes with a price. We lack defensive compactness. We have conceded 4 goals in 3 group games because when we lose the ball, we often cut exposed. Against a team like Algeria, that all-out attack mode will be our greatest undoing if we aren't careful. Now look at the Desert Foxes. Vladimir Petkovic is an architect of their redemption. He moved away from the emotional velocity of the past and replaced it with a homogeneous, balanced structure. His 4-3-3 isn't about one superstar, it's about a collective machine. Everything for Algeria goes through Ismail Benakor. He's the tactical pivot. He dictates tempo, break up play, and most importantly, ensures they maintain high pressure the second they lose the ball. He's the reason teams can't counter-attack against them. While they play as a unit, Petkovic still leaves room for moment of magic. We know Riyad Mahrez is always locking, waiting for one set piece or 1 yard space to ruin our nights. Petkovic's system is built to frustrate teams like us. They want to suck their life out of the game, wait for us to get impatient and throw too many men forward, then hit us where it hurts. But moving on, this is the moment of truth. We have looked at the history, the stats, and the tactical battle. Now let's look at the men we are sending into Marrakech fire. If I'm Eric Chelle, this is the 11 I'm trusting to break the Algerian course. This is our war cabinet. In goal, Stanley Wabali. There's no debate here, Wabali starts in goal. He has been our safety net throughout this tournament, and against an Algerian side that love to snatch late goals, his focus will be everything. Right back, Bright Osai Samuel. He has been absolutely solid. What I love most, those tiny errors we used to see, they have disappeared. He matured into a top tier defender right when we needed him most. At the heart of our defense is Shemi Ajayi and Kevin Bassey. They were rock solid against Mozambique. Their chemistry is growing every game. They have the physical steel to handle the Algerian transition. Left back, Bruno Emechi. Listen, I'm saying it now. Bruno Emechi has officially retired Zaidu Sanusi from the conversation. He has been incredibly solid throughout the tournament, and his delivery from the left is the weapon we have to use. And Winfrey did the 6 as the 6. Protecting the backline, is the vacuum cleaner. Anything Algeria tries to play through the middle, Ndidi is there to suck it up. Then Frank Oyeka as our left-sided midfielder. He offers that extra layer of protection. He brings the steel, the grit, the engine to track back when we lose possession. And at the left-sided of the midfield, I'll be going with Alex Iwobi. And I'll say it again, Alex Iwobi is the most important player on that pitch. He's the competitive tissue. He connects every single department of this team. If Iwobi dictates the tempo, we control the game. It's that simple. And Osimhen-Lookman playing as the 10, but with a completely free license to roam. Lookman has been fantastic this tournament. There is regular Lookman and there is AFCON Lookman. He's playing with a level of confidence that is terrifying for defenders. Up front, we go with the Twin Towers, Osimhen and Adams. These two complement each other perfectly. Osimhen brings the chaos and the world-class finishing. Adams brings the hold-up play and the physical presence. So what happens when the whistle blows on Saturday? Algeria will be stubborn. There will be discipline. They will try to frustrate us. But I'm looking at the fire in Osimhen's eye. I'm looking at the way Iwobi is pulling the strings. I'm looking at the fact that Nigerians are tired to losing to the Foxes. My prediction, I'll be going with a 2-0 Nigerian win. We are not just coming to win. We are going to make statements and march into the semis. But I want to hear from you. Do you agree with the 11? Let me know in the comments. And with that said, that's the end of the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Go be.